Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Kei and welcome to the video 2 of the Forex Tester Online Complete Master Series. In the previous video, we discussed on how the biggest enemy in trading is time. And to eliminate the wasted time waiting for setups in the live market every day, a dedicated backtesting software is an absolute necessity in our time machine to trade journey. Normally, many of us love using TradingView as our daily chart analysis and trades, and it's an incredibly refined and fantastic tool, and I myself also use it every single day. However, when we transition from the phase of simply analyzing the market to the phase of rigorously practicing executions hundreds of times in a strict environment, I always boot up my dedicated software, Forex Tester Online. Just like a professional athlete practices on the exact same grass field with the exact same gears that they are using in the real game, we traders cannot achieve high-quality practice without an environment that is as close to the real thing as possible, combined with ultimate efficiency. So today, we are going to dive into the FTO and explain 3 powerful features that physically save me hundreds of hours in testing time and dramatically improved the precision of my trades. The first feature, and actually it's the biggest reason I cannot let go of FTO, that is the overwhelming depth of its historic data. As I have been sharing, I have my own Ichimoku trend follow strategy KTS and other Ichimoku strategies I use in day-to-day live trades like Kumo breakout or the Chikou span breakout and Kijun-sen retracement, etc. And I've been testing on low time frame triggers on 5-minute time frame or sometimes even 1-minute time frame when the market has clear signals based on my rules to further increase capital efficiency and the risk and the reward ratio. Now, think about this for a moment. When you try to prove the statistical edge of a 5-minute strategy or even 1-minute time frame strategy, you run into a massive wall with TradingView. Because even if you pay for their highest tier ultimate subscription, their replay feature only lets you go back a few months on the 1-minute chart due to their data storage limit. But the market has cycles, periods of high volatility and low volatility. So just because you won over a few months of data does not mean you have a true edge in the long run. Now look at the screen. Because Forex Tester Online is designed exclusively for simulation, it stores massive amounts of historic tick data spanning decades on its servers. So let's say if I decide I want to test how my KTS logic works on 1-minute chart on Euro dollar from 3 years ago, I can instantly load up the perfect 1-minute chart from that exact time, just like this. By using years of 1-minute data, we can repeat our test over 200 times per currency pair. It's only because we have this solid foundation of deep data that we can step into the live market with an absolute confidence. The second feature I want to introduce is the realistic reproduction of the live environment. When you are backtesting on the charting software, it just looks like the candles are being perfectly printed out. But the real market, the live market, is actually a little bit different. Especially for the scalping strategy and the day trading that I utilize, what separates winning from losing is not just the shape of the chart. It is the spread. Now, please pay attention to this part of the screen. FTO moves price based on actual historical tick data. Furthermore, it has a built-in economic calendar and it perfectly simulates the widening of the spread aligning with the exact time news was released in the past, just like this. You cannot experience this widening of the spread on standard replay futures. Because of this, traders experience the tragedy of winning in the backtesting, but when they actually trade a live account, their stop loss get hunted due to spread widening during the news big events. So as you can see, the FTO environment is incredibly strict. However, it's exactly because you experience the pain of getting hunted by the spread inside this simulator and thoroughly practice risk management to account for it that you build a non-losing mindset. Practicing in a harsh environment is actually our ultimate shortcut. And the third feature is the one I wanted to show you the most today. That's the go-to function that dramatically ups your testing time. When using software, you have to constantly click a button to advance the time until your entry chance arrives. Clicking through a ranging market, for example, that lasts for weeks or even months is incredibly exhausting and you may lose your concentration. The go-to function in FTO does not just jump to a specific date. The most powerful way to use it is to automatically skip forward until a specific technical condition arrives. Let me show you exactly how it works. For example, let's say I want to intensively practice the price action for the exact moment the price breaks out above the Kumo of Ichimoku Kinko Hyo. So I set the condition here and press execute. Look at this. The software automatically fast forwards through the useless ranging market and stops perfectly right at this decisive moment of the Kumo breakout. And of course, you can use this go-to function not only Ichimoku, but also, let's say, the resistance breakout or the trendline breakout, or when the market reaches at the specific price level with the price action, or even on indicators themselves, like moving averages cross, for example. We're not backtesting here just to watch the chart moving sideways. We're doing it to gain core execution experience by putting the entry trigger and making exit decisions. By using this go-to function, you eliminate waiting time 100% and can focus purely on the most important practice of making decisions. So how was that? Years of lower timeframe data, strict environment reproduction with variable spreads, and the go-to function that completely eliminates wasted time. I hope you now understand why we take a step beyond daily chart analysis and choose a dedicated simulator to polish our execution skills. Now you have collected 100 or 200 trade data history with this overwhelming efficiency. But the truth is, it's just collection. This data is not the end. In our next episode, video 3, I will reveal the AI Trade Analyzer feature that evolves your collected data even furthermore. The AI will read the results you tested inside FTO, spot trading habits you might not even be aware of yourself, and automatically triggers and suggests exit points to maximize your profits over time. It's exactly like having your own personal AI mentor. So make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out the next episode. Also, if you have not tried FTO yet, please check the link in the description to experience this overwhelming efficiency for yourself today. I will see you in the next one. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay gold. またね。